It's one of those seemingly okay lies that we tell ourselves at this time of year, along with the one more mince pie won't hurt the waistline, or the wee extras won't really harm our carbon footprint this year, like the unwanted and useless gifts that hang around our houses so we can be bothered to take them to the charity shop. Like all the essentials that we need to make Christmas a happy and joyous event. And it doesn't matter what we're spending. And it doesn't matter that we're spending more and more money each year on making this one the perfect Christmas. The lie we tell about Mary is just another one of those lies, because we've been telling ourselves for centuries that Mary, Mother of Jesus, was meek and mild. We've sung those carols, we've made the words our own. We've made her into a disempowered female who accepts as her fate that she will become the Mother of God. But wait. Mary is greeted by the angel as one to whom honour must be paid, favoured one. She had found favour with God. Blessed is she. She is one of the great people. She is woman. She is a woman in a world where everything about her life is decided by others, by the culture she lives in, by the societal norms. She is a nothing, a possession of the men around her, valued for her worth as a worker, her ability to provide children for her future husband. The monetary value of her dowry is the plain indication of exactly what she is worth. She is given a value as a piece of land would be, its value assigned to what it could provide for its owner. Is she rich ground or a stony path? Yet she will be the Mother of God on earth. Mary is a woman who is poor. She is a woman who becomes a refugee. She flees to save her child from certain death at the hands of a despot who wants all the power and magnificence to be his. She is woman, the woman who is present in all women since the dawn of time, vulnerable and punished for her gender, more likely to be affected by natural disaster or war, or to live in extreme poverty, to not receive an education. Woman, who is objectified and a slave to economic burdens. Yet she dwelled on this earth, a place we call Mother Earth, a mother who experienced the pain of the death of her child. This baby of hers was disadvantaged too. They lived in segregation. They lived in oppression. Her future child was to live under the rule of the divine oppressor, Augustus. And our earth is oppressed by humankind. We have caused pain and natural disaster. We have taken advantage of its rich resources. We have abused her value. We have been the patriarchal abuse of fertility, of worth. And yet this Mary is more, so much more than the monetary value put upon her. She is the one on whom God depends. Without her, God cannot exist as Jesus. Yet she, unlike so many others in our Bible, she questions God. She doesn't see this future baby as a gift. How can this be, she asks. She knows how children come into existence. She is no fool. Yet she decides to allow this to happen to her. This woman who knows what happens to unmarried women in her culture. Her voice is strong in her agreement to this plan. She agrees to be the slave for God, to take this path, to give life to God on earth, not a job for the easily intimidated. Mary's is a voice of the poor, a voice of the marginalised, a female voice. Her political manifesto is clear in her song, the Magnificat. She uses it to describe the way God interacts with the world, declaring God's intention to disrupt the created order and to show how God is on the side of the poor and the oppressed. It is where we see God's radical love most clearly. Mary articulates God's social justice. We know how this story ends for Mary, with her son dying on a cross, his mother and only a few followers seeming to care at his moment of death. But what of the women before and since? What of women now? The ones God came to earth for. As Advent climaxes in the Logos, the light, the Word becoming flesh and living amongst us, where is the light in the darkness of our oppressed? Where is the Word in our humanity's social justice? Where is the justice for God's created order? Where is the voice of woman, of mother, of earth? We hear it, but we choose not to listen. It's one of the lies we tell ourselves at this time of year. That lie about Mary, how she was meek and mild. It's the one of the little lies that we tell ourselves about how actions don't count, about how we can't change the way things are. It's one of the lies we tell ourselves that our voices aren't loud enough. We forget that the truth in the angel's message that nothing will be impossible for God is our truth. It's Mary's truth. It is the truth for our world